It took the parliament like ours to come up and tell this government whether we can appease these terrorists or that we can go after these terrorists. Lives have been lost. Imagine if any one of us has a daughter now in captivity in Kebbi. Will you be sleeping? Is it possible for you to survive when your own daughter is taken? And because these daughters are not ours, we begin to be political and lackadaisical in meeting the expectations of our people. Mr. President, I feel deeply hurt. This kind of terrorization of our students, our children, must stop. That's why I call this a slap on the face of this nation. We cannot just allow this kind of situation to continue like that. In our prayer that we want additional 100,000 men and women to be recruited and trained and equipped and well kitted in the Nigerian army to be able to cover the increasing number of population and the fact that we now have more schools that we used to have in 1960, in 1970, in 1980. Every year, our population is growing at 3%, and therefore our armed forces numbers should increase in addition to the deployment of appropriate tracking technology. This administration is making a lot of investment in the security sector. I believe that with a lot of money, funds, and resources going into our armed forces, we should be asking for better outcomes. We should be looking at time frames. It shouldn't be an endless war against the insurgents. Can we really afford to fund our armed forces and other security agencies better, given the fact that we now have more revenues than before, and insist?
We must emphasize the issues of religion and ethnicity while dealing with matters of insecurity. If we do not do that, the tendency is that we are falling into the trap of enemies of this country. And we know ourselves, and we know what is going on. I therefore charge every Nigerian to come together, bond together, and make sure that we move side by side in facing and confronting.
Protect our people, to protect our children. That is the primary responsibility of government, the protection of lives and property. The Senate must wade into this matter very effectively and very determined to make a difference. We trust on the leadership of this nation. We trust on the leadership of this Senate that we are going to make a difference, and that this war and this insecurity that has plagued this nation for over a decade shall come to an end under this administration.
The military don't seem to appreciate the effort of Mr. President every day. He cannot go and fight on his own. Last week, the Brigadier General was murdered in ambush and murdered in Borno. That brigade commander, Mr. President, we have to ask the military and the security agents a question. Can we ever win this war? Can we? Or can they? We have the support, we give them the support they need. Let us ask them whether they can win this war.
Sympathize with the agony. We sympathize with the families for the agony they are passing through. We sympathize with those who are young children that are probably in very uncomfortable situation right now, wherever they are taken to. And we urge the, not just relevant committees this time, we urge the armed forces across board, including individuals who may have information, to assist to do everything to bring those children back to rejoin their families and to continue their education. We're in sympathy with them because they have been traumatized. And may we now rise to observe a 1 minute silence in honor of the vice principal, the heroic vice principal, who in the attempt to stop any harm coming upon those children was dastardly killed, as the Senate has already condemned such.
They were kidnapped yesterday or thereabouts. They didn't vanish to the thin air when they were taken away. They were taken away, they're still on the ground, being moved about. So I believe that the security agencies should deploy technology. Even from far places, you can locate these children where they are.